Hey, it's Joe Glines, and you're about to watch an extract from a hero call where we had planned to talk to one of our hero members about custom key combinations because he had some questions about doing advanced stuff with them. Turned into a really, really interesting conversation. I think you'll really enjoy this video. Please like the video. Again, this is stuff we cover in the hero topics. The calls, we have them 3 times a week, so consider joining. It's a great way to learn, and that way you're there and you can ask questions, and you can ask us to lead a topic on something. So check it out. Thank you. Cheers. Actually, Ray, you had a question before, and you disappeared before we got to it. That custom combinations of hotkeys, that was
Yeah,
actually one that we were planning to talk about, but so we didn't really go in depth on it. You want to talk to that, Isaias? Do you have that?
yeah, sure. Yeah, we had that topic queued and you had to go that day, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right.
And what caught me was what I liked about it was in the help documentation was if you scroll down a little, their example of using a hot if to make it really easy to have additional key combos depending on what you're doing. So here in their examples, they use a hot if to just say, okay, let's check the key state to see if control is up or down, and then these will be bound to that. So you could do a bunch more in here that would also be using control as a combination also.
Right.
So then, of course, close out your hot if after, which I'm really wish they had done that here because it's a good.
Yeah. Well, that's what the pencil above is for. So I would just click on the pencil and modify it. That's what I'm gonna do after this call. I'm just go to the pencil here, modify that example to have also the closing of the hot if, because it's important that the examples actually do the correct practice for new people to come up and don't forget about those. So now I'm able to share now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the example. So you were talking about hotkey combinations, and usually what we usually do with hotkeys is that we pick a letter, right? Like what you were doing, and then we put modifier keys in front of them, like the Windows key, Windows R, it does something, right? And you can do a combination of them as Alt Shift R, which is what you were doing, and so on and so forth. Those are modifier keys, but sometimes you want 2 keys or more that are not modifier keys, and that's where it becomes tricky. Say, for example, you want the letter R and the letter A. That is a combination in which both keys, none of them are modifier keys. And you will run on this particular situation when you want, for example, the apps key. And Joe uses that very often, which is the apps key, right? And I don't remember if it is exactly like that. Let me see if is app key, I think. Let me see. Apps key. Where's the list of names? Here. Apps. Yeah, exactly. Apps key, like that. So he uses the apps key very often. And the problem is the apps key is not a modifier key. So you have to use the ampersand to do that. For example, because again, modifier keys don't need the ampersand. You just use Alt A, for example. And right here, I don't know, Joe, I haven't tried this, but I would assume that the apps key plus Alt A would do that, but I don't know if that's possible. Let's try it out.
No, I don't. No, it's only with one.
Right.
I
It's
understand.
just with the letter, not the modifier keys. Right. So now if I do this one, it is the apps key plus the A key. That's fine. Now,
However, let's stick with
yeah.
that example. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you put the hot if before that,
Yes, that's exactly where I was going with this. So what happens is right now I can do 2 keys, but what if I want a third one? You see, I will not be able to do this. This is considered an error. I can join 2, but I cannot join 3. And that's where the part of the problem comes in. So there are two ways of solving this. One of them is with the hot if, which is what Joe was explaining. This could be any expression here. And one of the expressions is that I can get the key state of any other key. And by default, the get key state is going to return true if the key is pressed. So now if I want the ups key, the A key, and the alt key, I could have the get key state for the alt key to be true. And when that is true, then this combination can work. So that's the way, one way of doing this that allows me to have 3 keys. What about 4 keys? Well, I can keep adding to the get key state up here to say, and the control key is actually pressed. So now I have the alt, the control, and the apps key, and the letter A. So now I have 4 keys, all right? And again, as Joe mentioned, it's good practice to just go ahead and close the hot if at the bottom, just to make sure that any other hotkeys do not get affected by this expression up here. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is, instead of a hot if, you can do exactly this inside the hotkey. So you can say, you know what, inside this, I would go ahead and check if this is true. If this is not true, right? If one of those things is not true, I would say or. If they're not true, in any case, I would stop. I don't want to do anything because the keys that I care about are not pressed, all right? So I would say, you know what, return right there. I don't want to continue because the alt key or the control key are not pressed, even though I did press this too. I can do that. But if it is true now, so if all of them are pressed, the apps key, the A, the alt, and the control, they're all pressed, then show my message box. So those are 2 ways of doing it. I would definitely go with the hot if because it's a little bit, it is done by the operating system and not your code. So I would probably think that it's more reliable. I don't have data to back that up. But when you do a hot if right here, this check at the top is being performed by the operating system in a very specific way that I would consider probably more reliable. I cannot say for sure, but this is better, I think. So those are 2 ways of doing that. Rizwan, do you have a question? Go ahead.
Yes, I want to know about the how would I use the 4 modifier keys like Control Alt Shift plus Caps Lock? Can we use in a any script?
Yeah. So I could use Alt, Control, Caps Lock, for example, and another one. And basically, remember, you only have to do this if you're using this right here. Because if you're not, you could probably use Alt and Control here. I don't know if you can do that. Let's test it. I think you can have modifier keys with the one that you want. And at that point, Control Alt Caps Lock. There it goes. It shows me the message box. So that's okay. If it is just modifier keys, you don't have to do the hot if statement. You just use your modifier keys. The problem is when you have an ampersand like this. Now it's caps lock and the letter A. That, okay, caps lock and A works. But how do I check now? Let me try something. No, that's, you see, now you cannot use modifier keys right there. See, that's where I would say, okay, now I need the hot if statement and get key state for the alt key to be pressed before I do this combination. That will now work. Caps lock. So I will have to press the alt key, caps lock A, and now it works. See that? So that's this hot if only matters if you're doing this hotkey combination. So I don't know. One of the questions we had, Ray, and maybe you could answer this is, all right.
Guys, hold on a second, because I would
ahead.
rephrase what you said. I don't think it only matters. It's contingent. You can still use the hot if even if you don't have that ampersand, right?
That's true.
It's
That's
only
true.
required when you're using the ampersand. But because what I was going to say is, we did a video, boy, at least a year ago now, more maybe longer, on the foot pedal, and how easily, if you want to have a bunch of hotkeys and then double the amount of hotkeys, you can use that hot if to wrap them and say, is the foot pedal down or the foot pedal up? And suddenly you just doubled all your hotkeys. If that, understand how that's applicable, right? It's so easy just to be like, hey, I'm running out of hotkeys. I'll get a foot pedal and I'll check if my foot is down on the pedal or not. And now I can use all my key combos again, and they don't have to be the ampersands, my point, right? Can you share your screen again and remind me, and I think it was on these, there's something to do with the order matters, if I remember. Is that correct? The caps lock and A, if you do, yeah.
That is correct. When you do this, the order in which you press these two keys matter. So let's say A and B to make it easy, right? So if I use that, I press A, then B, I get my message box. Now, if I do B and then A, it doesn't work because the B is not locked to anything. So let's try something here. A. Oh, yeah, sure. Because the letter A now is tied to this. All right. B and A. All right. So A and B. So we got A and B and B and A. Oh, hold on. B and A. You see? So the order matters when you use the ampersands. They do different things. And actually, let's make this second hotkey, so that you know that it's not the same the same message box that is doing both. So A and B says first hotkey, and B and A does second hotkey. So if you care about the order in which these things are pressed, the ampersand is the way to go. But if you don't care about it, the ampersand is not going to help you because it's going to make it hard for you to get that. You would have to do both ways to get the same action, for example.
Yeah, and thankfully, because we've all been using computers for quite a while, our brains are kind of hardwired to hit the modifier key before we hit the other key, right?
Right.
So when you use like the AHK, whatever, like you're hitting the key that doesn't trigger something on its own, is my point. So that's why you don't have this weirdness that Isaias just showed you, because that would suck.
Right. Now let me ask you. Let me confirm something here. Caps lock. Oh, let me close this. Caps lock and A, because if I understand this particular part right, hot if get key state alt, this part, it doesn't matter if you do it before or after, I think. Well, no, because this is not even enabled if you don't press the alt key.
That's
you have to click the alt key first. That's right.
Which to me also is a smarter approach, because
right,
you're limiting it's like a context sensitive kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah.